Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time of the day it is. Welcome to today's episode. I am Episcopo Squirrel, also known as Elk Mage, and I'm here today to answer the Food as Medicine Natural Medicine Challenge. And one of my last videos, I went pretty in depth into how I used food to really bring my life back to somewhat of a manageable type of life, coming from the point of wanting to kill myself because I was in so much agony every day, to the point of going to school, maintaining a 3.9 GPA, going to be working on becoming a naturopathic doctor, starting up my tincture business, my extract business, and all this basically because of food. And so, something I want to talk about today is diarrhea. So, for a while, I had been dealing with really, really bad diarrhea, running stools, and it seemed like no matter what I did, it just wouldn't become a solid piece of poop. And so, I ate lots of fiber, excess fiber. I even got some fiber supplements, some powdered fiber, vegetable based fiber to add to my smoothies. And that ended up just giving me constipation. But then once everything would pass, it was not super solid. It was like clumpy but still runny. So, I did really all I could think of as far as using food, just straight food. And so I did a little bit of research and found that there are microbes which, well, really I was doing some thinking and realized, when you have a flu, when you have a cold and you get the runs, it's because of these microbes in your gut, which are causing excess water to pump into your colon, and this is what makes your stools runny when you get sick. Not, I don't know if it's all the time, so don't quote me on that, but I do know that in some instances it is specific microbes that are making excess water pump into your gut because these bacteria and so forth, they they really change the environment to be able to suit their needs. They're sometimes parasitic, and that's what a parasite really does. Is or I can't remember. A virus does that. I don't remember. Don't quote me. I'm not the 100% the greatest at biology, but I'm there. I'm more of a chemist than anything. But regardless, so I started doing some research and found that there are specific bacteria that are beneficial for us, which can help us have consistent stools. And so, I started fermenting a bunch of different things, and I also realized that it had to be the right microbe, the right thing to ferment, because I was drinking, what's it called? Kombucha. I was drinking kombucha at the time to try and get some microbes in me. And that was doing the same thing that the fiber supplement was doing, was giving me constipation and pain, abdominal pain, but then I would have liquid stools still, runny stools. And so I tried fermenting sauerkraut, and was good, tastes amazing, but it didn't really help me with my problem. It didn't make anything worse, but it didn't really make anything better. So the next thing I tried was turmeric and ginger. I have this one over there still. That one right there. But I can't get it open still. I need to do something about that eventually. But the first one I made, it didn't really help. It gave me a little bit of bubble guts. Not the greatest. Didn't really make my stool issue any better or any worse. So I moved on to the next thing, which was beets. And so you can also see, maybe not. Let's come over here. I guess I can move things, huh? It's probably easier. So there, pew! That's what I'm down to right now, as far as stuff that's ready to be eaten. This stuff in here is all those right there. That's 2.5, almost 3 gallons. 2 3/4 gallons. Or 1, excuse me, 1 gallon and 3/4. Not 2, sorry, excuse me. But anyways, those are ones that I've been eating over the past few weeks, and so, or month or so, I can't remember how long it's been, but regardless, point being, I started eating these beets, fermenting these beets, and within like the first or second time of eating these beets, I found that my stool became solid again. And so I stuck with it, and did really well. Now my stools are really well, and as long as I keep the right amount of fiber and everything within my system, then I'm able to have regular stools, and I don't have to worry about having runny stools. And constipation, as far as that is, like, I've got some kind of gastrointestinal stuff going on, so I have to be really careful about the foods I eat. And spicy things, I'm still working my way up. I love spicy food. I used to be able to eat some of the spiciest food you ever had. I bet I could out-eat many of you, Spent 2 years in Korea eating some of the spiciest food you've ever had. Woo! Man, spicy food is good. That's some food as medicine right there. Whew, I love some spicy food. Excuse me. So, but yeah, the point being is I wasn't able to eat spicy food at all out of nowhere. Everything just went to shit, and I wasn't able to eat spicy food at all. The spiciest, the most minute amount of spice, the most smallest piece of pepper getting into my food, and I'd have horrible gastro pain and discomfort, and I'd end up with constipation, which would turn into runny stools. And which to me always amazed me. I always thought that you would have to have, these really solid, dry stools that have constipation, but that's not the case, as I learned. So, my point being, fermenting beets has done incredible wonders for me as an individual and my digestive tract to be able to pass my waste, which is really important. If you've ever gone several months at a time not being able to pass a solid stool, you'll see it's pretty uncomfortable. But yeah, so I eat my beets every day. Hope you all have a beautiful day. Thanks for joining me.